With plans for WrestleMania and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. As AEW held their first house show event, WrestleNomics noted this regarding it. Given Variety Attractions' involvement, it's possible that this event was a bot show or similar arrangement that may have reduced financial risk for AEW. A bot show is when an event promoter pays a flat fee to an artist, or in this case a wrestling company, to put on a live event. The promoter then keeps all or most of the ticket revenue and assumes all of the expenses associated with the event. This may have been desirable for AEW because house shows are difficult to run profitably due to lack of media revenues like TV rights fees or pay-per-view sales to offset expenses. WWE, despite its overall financial success, has struggled to report positive operating income for its live events division in recent years before and after touring was paused due to the pandemic. Ticket revenue of just under $100,000 was driven in part by some general admission ticket prices being as low as $20. The most expensive ringside tickets were priced at $75. For context, AEW's highest grossing ticket events have surpassed $1 million. Giving a status update on AEW star Miro, the Wrestling Observer newsletter wrote that Miro and wife CJ Perry, Lana, have been in Bulgaria for a month. Tony Khan had pitched an idea for him in September for Full Gear. One thing he turned down was losing a battle royal where he and Adam Page would have been the last two. Khan had said that after the pay-per-view, they'd try and get back, and obviously his name hasn't been mentioned since. He has about 3 years left on his contract. Miro is keeping himself busy as he took to Twitter to write, "I'm very honored to be a voice actor in a very special HBO Max animated short called Yellowbird. It's a project very near to my heart, available to stream today in the Only You collection." With the WWE Hall of Fame coming up and Rey Mysterio getting inducted, the Wrestling Observer pointed out that this could be used to propel a storyline. On March 24th, the next step in the angle is that the Mysterio family, wife Angie and sister Aaliyah, who have been in angles in the past, will return for the show in Las Vegas. The storyline indicates something will happen at the Hall of Fame, so it's likely the most will be a last-minute addition. We do know that it has been discussed the idea of shooting the angle for the match on night 1 and then having the match at night 2, but they also could shoot the angle and make the match earlier, such as during the Hall of Fame ceremony. Staying on the topic of Rey Mysterio, this was said by The Observer when it comes to Rey potentially hanging it up soon. Regarding rumors that Rey Mysterio is retiring after Mania, they are untrue. With Josh Alexander relinquishing his Impact World title due to injury, the company put out this statement. Josh Alexander out of action indefinitely. New world champion to be crowned April 16th at the Rebellion pay-per-view. The record-setting title run of Josh Alexander is officially over, as he will relinquish the Impact Wrestling World Championship due to a triceps tear that will require surgery, Impact confirmed. Alexander became a two-time world champion at the 2022 Rebellion pay-per-view event in Poughkeepsie, New York, and is the longest reigning Impact World Champion in company history, with successful title defenses against Moose, Rich Swann, Alex Shelley, Frankie Kazarian, and Bully Ray, among others. Josh Alexander is currently in Orlando, Florida, where Brad M. Homan-Do FAOAO will be performing a triceps tendon repair later today. Steve Maclin will replace Alexander to team with Swann and Kazarian tonight at the sold-out Sacrifice Extravaganza in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, against Time Machine, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Kushida. On Sunday, April 16th, at the Rebellion pay-per-view in Toronto, Kushida and Steve Maclin will compete in a match to determine the new Impact Wrestling World Champion. Josh Alexander was originally scheduled to face Kushida at the co-branded Multiverse United Only the Strong Survive show on Thursday, March 30th from the sold-out Globe Theater in Los Angeles as a part of WrestleCon. His replacement will be announced at a later date. Sacrifice will stream live tonight starting at 8 p.m. Eastern from St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario on Impact Plus, YouTube for Impact Ultimate Insiders, and Fight. A limited number of tickets remain for the Sacrifice Fallout show on Saturday, March 25th in Windsor. Tickets are available for Fallout at eventbrite.ca. We wish Josh a full and speedy recovery, and everyone at Impact Wrestling, including our loyal fans, can't wait to see him back in the ring. As he suffered an injury to his foot about a month ago, Fuego Del Sol gave an update on his condition, writing on Twitter, 2 weeks post-surgery. Today the splint came off, stitches came out, and now I'm in a cast for 4 weeks. Then the rehab begins. This process is not fun. Crutches are not fun. Missing wrestling is not fun. Trying to take it day by day and come back stronger. For the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it was explained why Ronda Rousey will no longer be having a title match at WrestleMania. The decision was made to nix the planned storyline that was leading to Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler getting a shot and presumably winning the women's tag titles. No direct reason was given, although the idea that Rousey has a fractured arm and thus wasn't going to be around for a television build for a title match at Mania probably factored into it. The feeling is, why throw on a WrestleMania title match when you can't really build it effectively right now? With her recently losing the IWGP Women's title to Mercedes Moné, it seems Kairi Sane is now not under any contract. As her translator told Steve Fall, she's a free agent. She would like to go anywhere possible. She would like to go to the US if there's a chance to go back again. She's a free agent. On his drive-through podcast, Jim Cornette spoke about the free agency status of Goldberg and him potentially having a farewell bout in WWE. He's a big star, and if he did it right with the right opponent and they had the promos, then it would mean something. We can't say until we have a specific opponent. He's probably not going to want to lose his retirement match unless it's a lot of money. You don't want to necessarily do it with somebody that you would harm by beating them, and they're still there while Goldberg is gone. It is something like a perennial guy who can afford to lose but cuts a good promo that you can feed to Goldberg but make the story mean something, hopefully. Speaking of Goldberg, Booker T gave his take on this situation, saying on his Hall of Fame podcast, if Goldberg's contract is expired and he's a free agent now, he can do whatever he wants. If AEW President Tony Khan wants to call him and offer him a big enough check for him to come in there and do something relatively small, where he's not going to put himself in harm's way, why not go pick it up? Why not? It's just the name of the game. That's been the way the boys have approached a situation like that since day one. If we've got somebody out there like a Tony Khan that's throwing money and checks around, put me on the list. Let me go pick up one. That's the way the business has always been. For potential returns that could be seen at WrestleMania 39, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported there are a number of wrestlers who have been off television for injury and other reasons who could return for appearances in some form and get easy pops, including Randy Orton, Matt Riddle, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Big E. Orton is confirmed as going to be there. Before the injury to Kofi Kingston, which did result in ankle surgery on March 17th, we had at least heard talk of the Big E return, if only in skit form with the New Day together. Touching on what could be next for Brock Lesnar as he is set to face Omos at WrestleMania, the Wrestling Observer newsletter wrote that regarding rumors of Lesnar, there were reports Lesnar had told people he'd be leaving soon, and within the company, the word has circulated. The only thing we know is that everything about Lesnar and what he's doing is kept top secret, and that Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, Paul Levesque know, and maybe 2 others know, and nobody else does. The last time Lesnar left for an extended period was when he put over McIntyre as big and as clean as he possibly could. could, so if there is a finish similar to that. Following her walkout from WWE last summer, Naomi has not been seen in the company since. On Instagram, she responded to a fan that asked, "Are you still in WWE?" To which she replied, "No, friend." Naomi also applied a trademark to use the ring name Trinity Star. In some unfortunate news, former pro wrestling star Black Bart took to Facebook to give an update on his health as he wrote, "Well, I'm not quite sure where to start except to just spit it out the way I usually do. I don't want rumors, so here's the truth. I was diagnosed today with stage 4 colon cancer that has also spread to my liver. I'm not the kind to just roll over and play dead, so you all should know that I will fight it with all I have in me. Since I am a child of God and he is in my heart always, I believe I have a head start. I will see the oncologist next week and start chemotherapy ASAP. The main thing I ask from my Facebook people is for prayer, because I believe we can all use extra prayers. I will post updates when I have them." When it comes to the possibility of Mercedes Moné returning to WWE, the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted, "The ball is in her court when it comes to New Japan, WWE, and AEW, as I'm sure she could go to any of the three and make a lot of money in both US companies. She probably could work out an AEW deal where she would be able to work Japan and Mexico if she wanted as well. From the WWE side, we were told there were points that she has asked for that she would have to give up asking for to sign a deal with them, but the door is open for her otherwise. For other talent, the short-term deal works very much in her favor as she kept the buzz on her name, got to fulfill her goals of working in Japan in April, and is basically on the open market." And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.